So, good morning. This is my reading for the week ahead, hoping to pick up on some collective energies and offer us all, excuse me, a little guidance and hope in the coming week. So, the first card, the card to sum up the coming week, if you like, is the Three of Swords. So, not always the easiest card. Traditionally, other readers see this very much to do with heartbreak and separation, etc. But actually, I think it's far more than that. In the Rider-Waite deck, which this is, the swords represent our words, and our words in this card, in the Three of Swords, are coming right from the heart. Okay, astrologically, this month is just crazy. Speaking for those of us in the UK, we are rapidly approaching Halloween, Samhain, Winter's Day, whatever you want to call it. This is the month to let go of anything that's not serving you. This is the month to really bring in those changes that you want to set you up for next year, whatever that may be. So I think for many of us, this card is going to be talking about our truth, speaking our truth. Okay, whether that's the smallest of things, of saying, actually, you know what, I'd rather spend my evenings like this, or I've never liked my coffee this way. All of those small things that you've got used to in life, all of those small friendships that you've sort of hung on to, even though you know it's bringing you down or it's not serving you. I think this is the week to start being honest. And if you're not honest to the people in your life about what's working for you and what's not working for you, and for you, this might be to do with your family, your friends, it may be to do with spouses, it may be to do with work. If you're not being honest, you're not actually giving people a chance to change. So definitely this week, try to speak your truth. If this is to do with big personal issues, trauma issues, stuff from your past, sometimes the best thing to do is to write a letter and don't send it. Just get your truth out there and burn it, bury it, whatever you want to do. I just think this is a great week for letting go anything that's not working for you. The advice is the Queen of Pentacles. To me, as an advice card, yes, she's the Earth Mother, but actually it's a lot to do with, it's almost the polar opposite, really, of the Three of Swords. If the Three of Swords is speaking your truth, and with the tears behind this, letting go whatever's not serving you, then the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing and paying attention to the things in your life that are amazing. As she looks at this pentacle, traditionally I tend to think of that as a child, as she's connected with the Mother Earth or the Earth Mother. But all of those, it's so easy in life, isn't it, to get distracted by the things that annoy us and to overlook or take for granted the things that are really valuable to us in our lives. So the Queen of Pentacles is saying, prioritize what brings you pleasure. Prioritize things that you value, whether that's people, activities, anything. This is a week to really get your priorities straight. Focus on spending more time appreciating more the things that bring you great joy and being honest about the things that don't. Okay, so a really powerful combination there. I do think that we're still, sadly, still in a time of great turmoil. We're still in a time where things are changing on a day-by-day basis. I mean, I can't keep up with the the COVID rules. I've given up, to be honest. They seem to be changing randomly and in a very complicated way. I think all any one of us can do is just try and be in the moment as much as possible. The Two of Pentacles is I love the Rider-Waite deck. I was going to say I could talk about it for hours. I do talk about it for hours. If you've joined my Zoom classes, I basically just talk for an hour about the cards. But what I love about this is the mad waves in the back. I mean, they are crazy waves, yeah? And this guy's turned his back on them and he's juggling. It's like, yeah, sometimes we need to do that. Okay. Yes, we need to be aware of the politics. Yes, we need to be aware of the wider world, but not to the point that where it fills us with fear and chaos and where we are left feeling that we can't cope. That doesn't help anyone. So to me, the Two of Pentacles is distraction. It is about turning off the news, turning off your phone, and just saying, do you know what? I need to get my center back again. I need to focus on my life. And I think this week is very much about turning our focus onto our lives and away, as far as possible, from the wider world. And so we have a real combination, and this is where tarot really becomes magical. It's not the individual cards that make tarot magical, it's how they combine together to create a narrative. So we have the Three of Swords. Start to be honest about the niggles in your life. Start to be honest about the things that aren't working for you in your life. Really focus on the things that are. You know, those people that have reached out and helped you, say thank you. If you realize that you love your local walk but you haven't done it for 3 weeks, do it. If you realize that you love watching a movie with your kids, do that. Whatever fills you with joy, this is the week to really focus on it. And don't feel bad about allowing yourself to be distracted from the wider world if it brings back that inner focus and makes you feel more capable of dealing with your life. The card at the bottom of the pack, well, it's death. Death, for those of us living in the UK, very much coming up to Halloween, Samhain, Winter's Day, to the time of death, to the time where the seasons change and we go full pelt into winter. But I also think this is letting go. Okay, letting go of everything that's not serving you so that you can move forward with your life. Okay, because the thing with death is this is a pagan based deck. Death is not an ending. Death is just a new beginning. We literally do have the sun setting or rising over there. All the people that aren't coping with death, it is the Hierophant, the priest, whatever you want to name him, that understands that death is just another step in the journey. So I think it's a really powerful week. I'm definitely going to have a quick look at the astrology myself to see. I love seeing how, I'm not an astrologer, but I love seeing how astrology ties up with what's happening. I am going to read all the comments at the end. I do the Facebook Lives and I really try to focus on the cards, but I'm going to read all the comments, and I love seeing whether it resonates with people's life, if it's helping. And I'm just trying to think about my week ahead. Yes, I am on Zoom on Wednesday doing Side. So for those of you that aren't aware, Side is my more Norse-based head. I lead a small session where I take people on a lead meditation, path work, shamanic path working, and then instead of using the drum to help people connect, I use a Nordic chant. So it's actually really good on Zoom. I wasn't sure to begin with, but when we couldn't work locally, I felt I had to give it a go. And if I'm honest, it's really powerful by Zoom. It's a really wonderful experience. So if you're curious about that, just head to my website and look under Zoom workshops and you'll find all the details. Have a great week. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing this myself, being more honest about the things that don't work for me and really appreciating the amazing things that I have in my life.